The latest news on tariffs centers around significant developments in U.S. trade policy under President Donald Trump. Yesterday, Trump announced a 90-day pause on most reciprocal tariffs that had taken effect at midnight on April 9th, applying to dozens of countries, reducing them to a baseline 10% duty. However, this pause excludes China, where tariffs were sharply increased to 125%. A move that, when combined with earlier fentanyl-related tariffs from February, brings the total rate on Chinese goods to 145%. This escalation followed China's retaliatory 84% tariffs on U.S. products, which also took effect recently, intensifying the U.S.-China trade war.
Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they've been talking about tariffs for decades. How come when these Democrat elites want tariffs, everything's hunky-dory, but when President Trump wants tariffs, all hell breaks loose? Do you see this double standard?
I love this guy, whoever the hell that is. That's really nice. I appreciate that question. No, Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, everybody knew you had to do it, but they never had the guts to do it. It does take guts. It even takes guts for our country to go through it. That's why I say be cool. They were saying about, see, just be cool. It's going to work out. It's going to work out, and it's working out. I can tell you, working out maybe faster than I thought. But I said it's going to take a little conditioning. It's a transition to. It's really, I think, it's a transition to greatness. It's going to be greatness. Our country is going to be. There'll be nothing like it, and people investing in our country, they're going to do better than they've ever done before.
The European Union, in response to earlier U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum, approved retaliatory measures on April 9th, but paused further countermeasures after Trump's announcement, signaling openness to negotiation. Markets reacted dramatically. The S&P 500 surged 9.5% on April 9th, one of its biggest gains since World War II, reflecting relief over the partial reprieve, though the Dow later dropped 4% today amid lingering concerns over China. Canada and Mexico remain exempt from the 10% baseline tariff under the USMCA framework, though broader impacts are still a worry for both nations.
I understand the motivation behind the tariffs, and I can tell you, here's where President Trump and I do agree. We do need to make more stuff in America, more cars and chips, more steel and ships. We do need fair trade.
Economists warn of potential recession risks despite the pause, with Goldman Sachs predicting U.S. economic growth at just 0.5% for 2025. A Yale Budget Lab estimate released today suggests tariffs could cost U.S. households an average of $4,400 annually, with the effective tariff rate hitting 25.3%, the highest since 1909. Trump, speaking at a cabinet meeting this morning, defended his strategy but acknowledged transition problems, framing the pause as a tactical move to push for trade deals, particularly with China, which he claims wants to make a deal, but is unsure how to proceed. Meanwhile, China's foreign ministry reiterated opposition to U.S. bullying, insisting on mutual respect for negotiations.
How do you feel about the tariffs?
Well, I feel like for years we've been getting ripped off, and why not make it fair? 0-0. And I think Trump was upfront about it. He said we're going to hurt some now.
I think some of the countries they're already starting to come around. It's going to be good. I really believe that.
You have faith in Trump?
Yes, I do.
I think he's doing the right thing. In order for us to get back where we need to be, he needs to get the money somewhere, and they're charging us. Why not charge them?
This tariff shakeup continues to roil global markets, trade relationships, and economic forecasts as stakeholders await further developments over the next 90 days. That's all for the news today. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Have a fantastic day.